So my name is Maya Williams and my pronouns are they, them, and I am a dance artist and maker of contemporary performance and text and image sometimes. This is Sunny. So the themes that I kind of brought to the shoot, I was thinking a lot about representations of the saints, and in particular kind of like the homoerotic undertones. So I was thinking about the depiction of Saint Sebastian and kind of these spaces where you have like kind of like iconic male figures in nude or quite like traditionally effeminate poses, or looking very vulnerable. They're in states of being wounded, they're in states of needing care. And I think for me that's kind of like, I always kind of wondered why these images have like a certain, I don't know, why they've always felt kind of prominent in something about gender construction and self, and noticing what is very queer and even transcoded about these figures. So yeah, I mentioned Saint Sebastian. I also think about like the world card in tarot, which is traditionally it's actually traditionally a trans person depicted in the center of the world, and it's the same type of depiction where there's maybe like a small type of loincloth and like a, you know, just like a figure, a gender non-conforming figure in the center. So I was kind of looking to European art history and figuring out where I've seen things that inform what it is to be non-binary, or ideas about what a non-binary aesthetic could be, has been, will be, in like what is actually still quite conservative and, you know, I feel a sense like hands-off material. Because even just like talking about it now and being like the queer-coded Saint Sebastian, it feels a little bit like it's a bit of a taboo. So I kind of wanted to see what it might mean to embody that, and that's why I was kind of using, like referencing things that are tying, that are ropes, that are binding, and trying to kind of lean into nature in the same way that they're leaning into the tree. There was definitely moments where I felt like a different type of character come through, because there was like a lot of foliage and a lot of leaves and green, and it made me think of like kind of like a mythical type sprite type creature, and I was really enjoying feeling like a little fawn. Like, I don't know, Herne the Hunter comes to mind, and kind of these like folkloric figures who are often like, maybe they've got like a goat leg, or they've got like a little horn, or there's something about them that is like actually really like non-normative. They're quite, yeah, I kind of think of them as like non-normative figures, and like when I think about like, I don't know, embodying different genders, it was kind of fun to be like, who is cheeky fawn? Like, who is a sprite? Because they're not necessarily like super coded, they're not necessarily like women, they're not like the muses, or the, you know, it was kind of like, oh yeah, I was enjoying like feeling like I have a lot of like skin on show, but it's not necessarily being tied to ideas about my body in particular, and more about like what is the mythical body. And kind of the more we got into the plants and the more there was green and the different like textures that were coming through, it's like I was joking saying like, I'm a tree, I'm a plant, I don't have a gender, my gender is tree. Yeah, that is like something that makes me feel really comfortable in my body, and like now allows me to kind of like imagine my limbs as extensions of something other than, you know, a perceived idea of what my gender is or what my gender role is. So yeah. Thank you. Yay.